When the tiger hears the noise or sound of the patrolling cars, he just looks above towards the glittering stars, and that very moment his eyes also glitter. Here the poet, he has mentioned the third line of the fifth stanza. He has mentioned, and stares with his brilliant eyes. The poet compares the tiger's eyes with the stars, because you know the tiger's eyes do glitter. Tiger's eyes do shine in dark, just like torch. So that is why the poet says that he looks above with his brilliant eyes towards the brilliant stars. At the brilliant stars, the last line, the stars are also brilliant because stars are also exhibiting their light from above. So there is comparison between the tiger's eyes and the glittering stars. So guys, this is the end of the poem. Once again I am telling you, the poem consists of 5 stanzas. Each stanza consists of 4 lines. So total 20 lines. And the poem, it is written by Leslie Norris. And the concept of the poem we can compare with the poem of William Blake, The Tiger, T-Y-G-E-R, The Tiger. It is an outstanding poem of William Blake. Guys, if you want to search it on Google, you can search William Blake, the English poet, one of the finest English poets in the field of English literature. William Blake's The Tiger, William Blake's The Lamb. Just I am sharing with you. I told you that I am going to share with you. So that is why I am sharing with you. It is not at all mentioned in your chapter. So here guys, first of all, we should know that what is the theme of the poem. The poem already I have explained. The stanzas already I have explained before you. So what is the theme or what is the content of the poem? The content of the poem, it is blended with satire simultaneously. Why satire? That I am going to tell you. It blended with satire and simultaneously philosophy. There is a philosophical tone in the stanza of the poem. What philosophy or what satire? Satire is, tiger is considered as the most powerful animal on earth, most intelligent, skilled in hunting, most ferocious and beautiful, which William Blake he has mentioned in his poem The Tiger. Most attractive and beautiful. In spite of that, the same tiger at this very moment, he is in captivity. He is inside a cage and all the visitors they are enjoying, and the helpless tiger, he is moving to and fro. So the philosophy is that everyone wants freedom. The poet says the tiger is in rage now. But what to do? He is helpless. But if an opportunity he gets, at once he will escape from this fatal state. He will flee from this cage if he gets an opportunity. And through the last stanza, here once again I am reading before you the last stanza, that means the stanza 5. He hears the last voice at the night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. He is looking at the brilliant stars with his brilliant eyes, with a ray of hope that one day probably I will get a chance to flee from here. He is just hoping. That is why helplessly, with a ray of hope, he is looking above to the glittering stars, where the poet has compared the stars as brilliant, and he is saying the brilliant eyes, that if one day I will get an opportunity to escape from this place or from this prison or cage, I will definitely flee from here. So here also the poet's philosophy is that not only man, the animals also, they also want freedom. Man also wants freedom. So history says whatever in the past, the revolution or revolt, the rebels took place in history, those incidents took place only for freedom or liberty. People are always fighting for liberty. In the past also, and still there are some countries, those are the colonies dominated by the imperial states, and still the inhabitants of those states, the people of those states, they are fighting for their rights, fighting for freedom and liberty. So, through the lines of the poem, from the very beginning till end, the poet wants to convey a message to the readers that freedom or liberty, it is the right of every living object of nature, whether it is tiger, whether it is man. We have right to follow our life with liberty or freedom. So here the tiger is symbolic. Tiger symbolizes as man. It is symbolic. Tiger, he is in a bondage, in captivity. He is helpless, but he is searching, desperately he is searching how to escape from here. The same case with the man also. Whenever man is overpowered or crushed by the powerful people, man then and there raises his voice for freedom and liberty. That is why the poet, he has emphasized this factor. Which factor? The value of freedom. He has emphasized the factor, that is the value of freedom or liberty, through the lines of the poem. So, in the concluding part, there is a tone of suggestion, or you can say there is an alarm that liberty or freedom. It is the right of each and every living object on earth, whether those are species, whether those are people or man.